Hello friends, Tail here, and I need to wake up a little bit because I've been very drowsily rambling for the last couple of videos, so I hope you managed to make it this far. And and today we're playing Harvest Moon: the Lost Valley. That's what we've been playing. But I was talking about maybe picking up Harvest Moon Game Boy Color 3, Harvest Moon 3 for Game Boy Color. Strongly thinking about picking that up soon. And starting a little short let's play of that game. But we're gonna jump into the Lost Valley. I think we're on day 29 of spring and still don't have the crystal, and we still can't cook because we don't have sugar. So we can't cook our strawberries, which we don't even have strawberries yet, so they haven't even come in. So hopefully we get that all sorted out soon. Let's see if we get a cutscene at the beginning of the day. Oh, there they are, there they are. This is who I was talking about. Maybe they'll come today. Maybe they'll be here right now. No, we got nothing. Okay, so let's go. I did have a topic I want to talk about. I was kind of picking topics that were like didn't have much depth to them for the last couple videos, so they ended up just being mostly rambling and not really talking about much of anything at all. So hopefully this topic will be a little more talkable. But we're gonna do the cow first, and then come back to the cow and get a milk leader. And we'll talk to Sally. And but the topic I want to talk about today is gacha addiction. And kind of my experience with it, and basically a warning not to fall into gacha addiction. So if you... Oh, what are these? What is that? What was that? What am I picking? Great blue rose, I guess. I guess we're picking blue roses. I don't remember planting blue roses, but here we are. So probably most people know now what gacha games are. Gacha mechanics are basically where you spend some kind of in-game currency or even real money, and you get a random thing, and you're trying to get the good thing, but the good thing is rare. And these the term originated from like gashapon machines, which are like those things where it's like there's a little capsule with a toy in it, and they're pretty popular in Japan. And like you put in some money, and then you turn a crank, and a little capsule pops out, and you open it, and you get a toy. And you want to try and collect all the toys or get the rare ones or something. Like you don't, but it's random which one you get, and the whole point is the randomness. And this kind of like gacha mechanic has been around in real life for a while, with things like trading cards are basically gacha. Like you're paying money to get random items, but you don't actually know what you're going to get, and you're hoping to get some kind of like rare thing. Yeah, so gacha games are games that incorporate this kind of mechanic as a core mechanic. There is gacha in other games, like Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth has like gacha machines, and I think like Persona 3 I remember had like gacha machines in it. Like Fashion Dreamer has gacha as a fairly prominent element in the game. But generally when someone says gacha games, like gacha is like the feature, and the entire like game revolves around what you get out of the gacha, and usually the game is monetized around this gacha too. And these tend to be mobile games, but nowadays there's some gacha games on PC and consoles and stuff too. Though they usually have a mobile counterpart. And so the point, these get really addictive because they're basically the same kind of rush that you get from gambling. You put some money in, and some random chance happens, and you might win big. In the sense of gambling, you actually get money back or you lose. And that's what makes gacha and gambling different. And gacha is technically not gambling because you don't get money back. You always get something. It just might not be what you want. You know, you get some kind of item. You know, you buy trading cards, you probably just get junk. But at least you're getting something. Whereas with gambling, you are not guaranteed to get anything back. So there's this technicality in there. I still kind of want to buy a calf. That makes gacha not gambling, but it's the same kind of principle and the same kind of things that make it addictive. Like, can make it addictive. Like, it's the same things that make it addictive. You know, you get the little dopamine hits, there's adrenaline rushes, and you have the sunken cost fallacy, you know, where I've already spent $100, I may as well spend 20 more, you know, because it'll feel like a waste if I don't get the thing I want at this point, so you're willing to spend more. And yeah, but gambling, you know, it's just maybe you'll get money. But gacha actually has more addictive things to it than gambling does, I feel. Because you have, not only do you have the gambling-like aspect of pulling from the gacha, but gacha games tend to have things like daily login bonus and daily like missions and weekly missions, and then a lot of them have some kind of like guild component where which introduces a level of like peer pressure, where you don't want to let your guild down, so you need to log in every day and do your guild missions and participate in the guild events and stuff. And then there's also PvP and leaderboards and achievements and all of these things that introduce various types of addictive qualities, like you know, like sense of urgency and FOMO, and just there's so many different things to addict you in one way or another, that gacha games are so easy to become addicted to for all kinds of different people. And these games are inherently built to not be based around skill and to be based around putting more into the gacha to keep up with power creep and stuff like that. And like in order to succeed at these games, or even to really have fun after a while, you have to do more gacha and dedicate more and grind more, and like all of those things lead to a higher chance of you spending money on the game. And that's like the entire purpose of the game, is to milk money out of you. And there are good gacha games out there. Like, well, there are good qualities to some gacha games out there. Like, there are games with good story and good gameplay and good community and things like that, and good art and good music. The reason I'm warning about all this is because I am easily addicted to mobile games in general, not even gacha games, but like mobile games and live service games are addictive to me. I can ask 2 for water, or 2 for help. But yeah, that kind of stuff is very addictive to me, and I am the kind of person that these games prey on. And a lot of people refer to these games as having predatory mechanics because they are essentially made for people who have poor self-control and self-discipline and have addictive personalities and stuff, especially people with certain like mental disabilities and things like that. Like, these games are made to suck those people dry, and it works. People do a lot of victim blaming and saying, like, if you're that kind of person, like, just don't play the game. And like, these games like draw you in, and there's like there's like peer pressure to try games and stuff sometimes, like, and it's, you might not know going in to your first game that it's gonna be like that. Like, you don't, I think once you've like fallen victim to them many times, then yeah, you have some responsibility, and you're partly to blame for falling victim to it again, depending on the person. You know what I mean? Like, it's a really situational thing, so I don't think you can really blame people. But I bring this all up because it is a problem I have had, and I come from a family of addictive personalities and gambling addicts, and growing up we were taught how to gamble. My brother and I were taught how to gamble from a very young age. We learned how to play all the casino games, we learned how to play all of the card games, we learned like strategies on how to like maximize winning money and stuff like that. And I'm talking like toddler age. We were learning these kinds of things. We were not any good at it because we were toddlers, and like my father would have us like wager our allowance and then take it from us and refuse to give it back after he like won it from us to, like, I don't know, teach us a lesson that we need to get better at gambling or something. And we would always, like, even as like little kids, we were so excited at the prospect of getting more allowance through gambling that we would always gamble our allowance away to my father. We didn't learn a lesson from this, we just got addicted to it. And the whole like gambling thing did cause problems like within our family. Like, my father like lived at the casino, and we like lost our house when we were older, and just there were things. This was a real thing that like affected our lives, and and being a person with a lot of behavioral health issues and weaknesses, these kinds of games, I'm like the perfect prey for this kind of stuff. So I go into it, I'm saying all this to warn you that these games are made to do this, and that there are legitimately good things about some of these games, but that doesn't make the practice of them worth it, even though I constantly fall for it. Like, Ash Echoes had an amazing story and characters, like, and writing. Like, it was really, really good. Like, I was on the edge of my seat, literally, like, getting excited about the story in that game. The Octopath Traveler Champions of the Continent, or I don't know what it's called, COTC. Like, that had a really good story too, and it was really cool. Dragalia Lost had a great community and great gameplay. I made friends through #me and what is the game called? Tower of Fantasy. And even Cookie Run Tower of Adventures. Like, I got like legit into like a tight-knit guild, and like we played together every night on voice chat and stuff. So there's like this community aspect that you can get from these games too. So there are things that like can make them look good, but at the end of the day, there is this very dangerous and predatory marketing campaign behind them, and that is what the entire model is based around, regardless of them having these good qualities. And so I think the point I want to make is that even though I am bad at following this advice myself, I think you should just stay away from these games unless you're someone who can play them without falling victim. And I think the biggest advice I have is, if you want to play gacha games, go into them and do not spend money, because of that sunken cost fallacy. Like even spending $1 on the welcome pack or whatever, it makes you more likely to spend money again. And don't get addicted to the grind. Don't worry about doing all your dailies and weeklies and stuff like that, and having all of the like rewards from all the different things you can do. Just kind of play very casually, occasionally, just to get the things you want out of the game and nothing more. And if you find yourself getting addicted to the grind, doing things like setting timers to make sure you get like login bonuses or use your stamina properly or something like that, or if you even spend $1, like drop it there. Like do not keep playing. Like it's not like you're already stepping into the danger zone when you do that. And like I've seen so many people in the guild I was talking about in Cookie Run, Tower of Adventures, like it was a free to play guild. All of us spent money all of the time, and we all discouraged each other from spending money, but we just constantly spent money, and we were always spending like more than we should, and more than we like always more than we intended to, and often more than we should. And for me it gets really bad to the point where like I just want to pull for the sake of pulling. And this is the same reason I don't want to play card games. I talked about not wanting to play card games in a previous video, and because when I was playing card games in person, like I would be at the store and I didn't really have money. Like I was like, eating into my like savings, which I don't even have a lot of savings, savings or like next month's money or something like that. There was nothing I wanted to get out of the pack, like of cards. Like there was no card I was looking for. There was nothing I needed. I just wanted the thrill of opening the pack and seeing the cards I got. And it's weird because like you want that thrill, but then when you do it, it's not fun. Like it's disappointing. Like you kind of look at the cards, you get the tiniest little dopamine hit. There's nothing in there you wanted, and even if there was, you're like, oh wow, neat, and then it's over. Like it's like 20, not even 20 seconds, like 10 seconds of like mediocre dopamine, and like for some reason you just crave that, and so you spend money on it. And so I was buying packs of cards. Every time I went to Pokemon League, I would buy like 2 or 3 booster packs, and then Lorcana came out, and that was, if they had Lorcana booster packs, you had to buy them all, because there was also this like this sense of urgency because the cards were so rare. Like just getting your hands on packs was rare, and then you were just buying whatever. It's bad. And the same thing happens with gacha games. I think the thing that really I won't go into the details of the extremes I've gone to in spending on gacha games. And I don't have a lot of money. Like I can't whale in a game. If I could, I probably would. Like if I just had lots of money, I probably would be one of those people spending thousands and thousands of dollars on one game every month. and it's not logical. Like, when you really think about it, that I could buy like the Harvest Moon Cozy Bundle for $40 and play hundreds of hours of farming and have decent enough fun, whereas I'm having no fun playing this gacha game, but I'm spending hundreds on it like every couple days. Like, it doesn't make sense, but that's because the game is made to make you feel like it's worth it when like it's not. Like, I can never say I have ever, and I have bought a lot of things in mobile games, and not just gacha games, but just live service games. I can never say that I bought something in a game like that and then felt like it was worth it after buying it. Like, it always seems worth it before you buy it, and then you buy it, and it's usually some kind of consumable items. It's always consumable items. You don't buy anything permanent in those kinds of games. And so you buy it, and then you use it all in like seconds, and then kind of realize, if I had just played for another day, I probably would have gotten that same amount of progress in a day's worth of play. But I don't know, it's bad. And I think there are people who go to the extreme to say you shouldn't play those games at all because you shouldn't support them, even by giving them a player base. I think that if you're willing to go in to experience the good stuff, and the second you even start to fall victim to any of the traps, you get out, then I think you're okay. But at the same time, maybe that's dangerous advice, because I can tell myself that same advice and it's not going to work. I'll start the game and then I'll end up spending and setting timers and grinding and all the stuff that I'm saying not to do. I will end up doing it. It's because I started. So maybe that is the true advice. I'm changing my mind. Don't play gacha games. Just don't even start them. Like, if you must see something cool about it, watch like a 5-minute YouTube video that describes the cool thing. If you want to look at waifus, look at, there are websites for that. You don't need to buy a waifu and level her up just to see one picture of her that you hardly ever get to look at in the actual gameplay anyway. So just don't. There's nothing's worth it. Just stay away from the genre altogether. And honestly, like, I'm talking specifically about gacha games right now, but I'm honestly considering staying away from just live service games. Especially if they have some kind of battle pass like system. Just, if it's like a competitive online game, I can see. Because like live service makes sense because you're keeping the player base going and all of that kind of stuff. So I can see maybe playing a live service game if it's a competitive online game, like something like a MOBA or something like that. Like, that makes sense to have a live service model. They don't need to, but if you want to play that kind of game, you're probably going to have to play a live service game these days. But outside that, don't play a live service single player game. Like, that's why I like the Apple Arcade edition of Disney Dreamlight Valley, because there's so much live service crap in the like main version of Disney Dreamlight Valley. I think Hello Kitty Island Adventure is probably as extreme as I will get in live service games anymore, and it just has login bonus and like events. But I think you can do things like encouraging daily play without live service, like Animal Crossing New Horizons, has things you can do every day, and there are events and stuff like that, but it doesn't need to be a live service game. So yeah, maybe yeah, I came into this just warning about the dangers and kind of telling you to tread carefully, but I think that by the end of this video, I'm pretty confident in saying don't play gacha games, and don't support them in any way. Don't even. Yeah, I agree with the people. Don't even give them a player base. Like, don't play. Even if you are someone who can easily stay away from all the traps, play casually, play for free, just mess around and see what you want to see in the game. Don't give them that player base. Like, and tell other people not to play either. Just don't support gacha games. I surely will play them in the future. Like, I'm going to try not to. Maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe I'm setting myself up to play it. Maybe I'm manifesting by saying that. But no gacha games. So yeah, tomorrow is the last day of spring in this game, and we still don't have the crystal. I think we're behind. And I think it's because we didn't meet Naomi fast enough. Even though she doesn't seem to be relevant to the main plot, I think she was like invading our dreams every day because we didn't meet her, and we needed to meet her to be able to meet the people we need to meet to buy the sugar. So yeah. That's what we're going to do next in the game, is play the last day of the season. And I will see you guys later. Have a good one, and bye-bye.